Let's get ready to sew. Start by plugging in the foot control and power cord on the side of the machine and turning it on with the power switch. Then we're going to talk about how we're going to wind a bobbin and get your machine set up. You're going to find the accessories are going to be stored down below in this little box. So we'll pull those out and we'll see what's all in here. We'll leave that off. Usually from the factory, they will leave a little sample that they sewed when they finished making the machine. And down below, there's usually an extra bobbin down already in the bobbin case. So we'll go ahead and get that out. Okay, sometimes, that's funny. Sometimes a little bit of oil from it being in there a long time holds that in place. Go ahead and pull that out. And then we'll look at some of our accessories. We will go through all the accessories that come with your machines. And so let's see here. We do see I see 3 bobbins in your packet and 1 bobbin that was actually in with the bobbin case. So take an empty bobbin out. We're going to go ahead and put our thread on. Really doesn't matter which way the thread comes off the spool as it goes around there. But we are going to use the little pre-tensioner that's at the top here for winding a bobbin. This is only for when you're actually doing bobbin winding. This is not something you use when you're threading the machine, but this is key. You do go around it so it looks like it kind of crosses back over itself. We're going to take a bobbin and from the inside to out in one of these holes, take and thread right on through. As soon as you push this over, it's ready to wind and fill this up for you. You hold your thread right on up here, leave a little bit of gap, and as you step on the foot control, it will start to wind. Usually what I'll do is put my finger here if I've got a spool that looks like it's going to take off, just to keep it so it doesn't fly. This thread here will also break off eventually, but sometimes I like to stop it and take small scissors, not big ones, and clip so there's no little tail sticking up off that bobbin, and then you can go ahead and wind. It'll stop when it's done. Look how much it fills. That is amazing. You really get a lot on your bobbin these days. Okay, when it stops spinning, go ahead and stop. Lift up your foot from the foot control and then slide your bobbin back, and we're ready to put that in the bobbin case. Let's do that now. Keep in mind that those machines, or these machines with plastic bobbins, they're meant to be used with plastic bobbins. Don't mix and match from machines. Like if you've got a machine that had metal bobbins, really nothing wrong with a plastic bobbin or a metal bobbin. So just use the one that came with your machine and then refer back to your sewing machine store you bought your machine at, and they will get you the right bobbins to fit this machine. So just because it's a bobbin doesn't mean it's going to fit. When you put it into the bobbin case, have the thread hanging off the right-hand side. As you drop it in there, you want to be able to see that that bobbin is spinning clockwise. Find the little groove on the side and bring the thread over to it. It will drop right in if you've got the bobbin in correctly. And it is true that it does need to actually always spin clockwise. If you get it upside down, number 1, it's hard to get in this groove, so that should be indication number 1, you've done it wrong. And number 2, it just has to have that little bit of change in direction. You'll see the thread coming off this side, and then it's going to come down the side of the bobbin case. And that's exactly what I do. I kind of lean it up against the side of the bobbin case and pull straight down until it comes down in this little C area of the bobbin case. Doesn't matter which side of this little finger it goes on, just have it there. But do become left-handed when you open this up and hold on to that little latch with your left hand. That'll keep it from falling out. This little finger has a little home down here. Push it in straight and then let it stay right there. Leave the door open because we do need to bring that bobbin thread up when we're actually done. So we're done with this. We are going to unthread the tensioner here. This is also what makes it so when you wind a bobbin, it doesn't get loose or fluffy. So if you don't get it underneath here and it winds a bobbin, it doesn't look very good, don't use it. Just take that bobbin, put it back here, rewind it on another bobbin, you're good to go. Okay, so take it out of here. We're following the guides from the machine, and it's noted where to actually go by the little picture up here, and come straight down. Keep in mind, you do want to make sure your presser foot is up when you thread the machine. That is key. Come underneath. You're going to come in on the right side all the way to the back and down on the left side. That will hook up into the take-up lever right here. There's a little end part that thread's going to sit in. There's 2 guides, one guide at the right here underneath the housing, and then one guide at the top of your needle. That will make it Stay nice and close to the needle during its sewing. We have a separate video for how to do the needle threader. So I'm going to just go ahead and use it real quick. It comes down, pulls the thread through. Hallelujah. What did we do without needle threaders? And now I can just hold my thread out to the side with my left hand. Take one full stitch by turning the hand wheel towards me. By a full stitch, we are talking about this take-up lever here. He is your friend. You always want to see him when you finish taking a stitch. So turn a full stitch all the way up. We see him at the top. There's a little loop hanging out now right by my needle. That's the bobbin thread. And we can pull this right on up and slide it underneath the foot and bolt those threads to the back of the machine, and we'll be ready to sew and see how we have done in threading our machine. This is nice. It actually gives you a little bit more work table as you're getting ready to stitch. Up here, we're going to talk about our settings for where we need to be. Up on our A is where our straight stitch is. Our stitch length, we're going to have it somewhere between 2 and 3. Sometimes just starting at 2.5 is a nice place to start. And then right here on our setting for our stitch width. Now, when we're on a straight stitch, this is key. We don't really have stitch width, but we have needle position. There's a small little oval with a dot in it right beside the 0. That means that your needle is hanging out in the center of your foot. That's really where we want to be when we start. So you want to be at 0, say 2 or 3 here. This is tension. We'll get into tension on another video, and we'll leave that at 4. That's kind of the default setting as it starts off with. When we sew, always take 2 pieces of fabric or take 1 piece and fold it in half. That's always going to give you the better stitch. Lower down your presser foot, just right here on the inside. So usually you'll probably get used to using your right hand and lower it down. Do you know you don't have to hold these threads when you start to sew? As long as when you put your fabric in, you put it in far enough so the needle will go into fabric first. Now if you're going to start too far away from it, and that needle's not going to get into fabric first, yes, hold those threads because they're going to kind of wiggle around on you. So slide it in far enough. We're going to just make sure everything is threaded correctly, and away we go. See how they don't go anywhere? Now, when you get all the way down to the end, I'll show you where you can secure your stitches. That's this lever here. That's a reverse button. Hold that down. Now, when you're done, the key to a mechanical machine like this one is that when you stop, you always bring that take-up lever to the top. Remember, he's our friend. You want to be able to see him before you lift the foot up and then pull that out. You have a cutter on the side of the machine. You can take it over the cutter with just one hand. You can also bring it towards you, whichever works best for you. And that is how we start sewing with our brand new sewing machine.